Alrighty, results are in from that Orvit test. So I was shocked. I don't think any of the guesses that people threw out there were true. Not even the lab. But anyhow, um, like he's got 6 different breeds, and I'll go into depth about them later. But for those of y'all just want a quick answer and then get them out of here, I'll go ahead and give it right quick. According to this, it's saying parent 2, where he got half his genetics, he got 50% beagle. We knew that. The mama was a beagle. Now the dad is where it gets interesting. Our parent 1. Parent 1 give him 18.48% Australian cattle dog, also known as blue heeler for y'all rednecks. Chow Chow, or just Chow for short, that's 12.41%. German short-haired pointer, 4.92%. Australian Shepherd, 4.27%. Beagle, 3.66%. Greyhound, 1.91%. And 4.35% mixed breed unknown. In other words, it's a mix up. They can't even tell what happened at that point. So it's official. Your daddy was a mutt too. Whatever and whoever he was. He wasn't. Now look, I know you don't want to hear that. It's okay. I'm just going to, alright, I'm going to break to you. You're adopted. Okay, I adopted you. It's alright though. I still love you. So yeah, the daddy had at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 breeds in it, including beagle. So for a total of 6 breeds. So yeah, you're a little over half beagle, 53.66% beagle. That's okay though, we still love you. But yeah, that's your quick answer. Now if you want to hear the rest of it, I guess here we go. Okay, things are working. So what it says about the beagle is descended from various scent hounds, is excellent faller and scent, which really is just midget foxhounds. That's what it's bred from. Beagle's a happy, laid-back dog who gets on well with children. Why it says gets on instead of gets along well, I don't understand, but gets on well with children. On what, I don't know, but it happens. Beagle requires company and does not do well alone for long periods. I can say it's more of a pack animal, I understand that. Beagles love to run and needs room to move. Depends on how fat and spoiled it is. I've seen some beagles just want to lay up on the couch and eat tater chips. Nah, I'm serious. Don't feed your dogs tater chips. But anyways, Beagle is a member of the hound family, is a sturdy hunting dog, resembles a small, sturdy foxhound. That's what they're bred down from, so obviously. They're literally just midget foxhounds. That's all they are. The beagle may be up to 40 centimeters tall at the shoulder. Thank you, Orvit, for considering, the U.S. standards, I guess. And carries a true hound coloring, including tricolor, red and white, or lemon and white. The beagle has a close, hard coat that is easy for care, and a brushed tail. I don't know what a brushed tail is. Is there a comb up inside of its mama as it comes out? I don't understand that neither. Anyways, that is generally carried high and long and low hanging ears. Why they jumbled all that together instead of specifying, I don't know. Saying the tail is carried high and long and low hanging ears, which didn't even throw an and in there. They need to work on their grammar. This might be a foreign company. I ain't for sure about them yet. But anyhow, the beagle is one of the most capable scent hounds, along with bloodhound, which I knew that too. That's why they use them in airports all the time. Their nose is right up there, and heck, they got to be to track that little bit of rabbit scent. Males are generally somewhat heavier than females, with the weight of a beagle generally being between 8 and 16 kilograms. Once again, thanks for considering the U.S. people and the imperial system. That's what it says about the beagle. So his next highest blood quantum, whatever you want to call it, is going to be the blue heeler or Australian cattle dog. which he's almost a fifth apparently. Was bred to drive cattle in the harsh conditions of the new colony of South Wales, which is in Australia. Comes in 2 basic color varieties, red and blue. It's red heeler, blue heeler. Also known as heeler for his ability to heel unruly cattle with a nip at the heels of the cattle. So they're double heel qualified. There you go. They nip heels and they make them heel. There you go. It bonds strongly with his owner and has always been somewhat of a companion dog, never a pack dog. But I guess you throw a lot of beagle in there, it'll work out pretty good too. I've always liked blue heelers. I always thought they were great dogs. I've worked around a bunch on farms around cows and such, and they're very intelligent dogs. And most of your shepherd type dogs, you know, your herding type dogs are going to be that way. On collies, matter of fact, the border collie is registered as the most intelligent dog in the world apparently. They hold all kind of records. So once again, those type animals that got to work and herd and shape and outsmart animals, you know, on pretty much a constant basis, they usually tend to be pretty slick. Anyways, Australian cattle dog, also known as ACD, the blue heeler, the red heeler, and sometimes the Queensland heeler. When 3 out of 4 names are heeler, why don't you just call it a heeler, you know? Anyways, is a dog breed bred to drive cattle long distances in harsh conditions of pioneering Australia. Is a medium-sized dog, sturdy and muscular in appearance with high levels of endurance and agility. The coat is short and double-coated, and sometimes in 2 basic color varieties, red and blue. These colors are due to either red or black hair speckled through the predominantly white coat, which is a result called ticking. And that's the same thing on blue ticks. Blue ticks are basically, they're not blue, they're white and black. They got a white coat, but they got just enough black mixed in there sporadically that it gives a bluish hue. But if you really, at a distance, it's an optical illusion. They look blue, but if you actually get up close and get to looking, they're just black and white. That's all they are. Just the black is more protruding into the white, if that makes any sense. There can also be solid markings on the face, a mask over or one or both eyes, you know, like little dots or whatever. Like it. Anyways, and body. And a blue dog may have tan markings on the legs and or underside of the body and head. And I have seen them with a little bit of tan on them here and there, so that's right. The head is broad with a medium length, powerful muzzle, and ears are medium sized and carried pricking. That means they're up. So, in case you was wondering about that. Not that kind of pricking. The tail is carried moderately low and somewhat brushed. What is a brushed tail? Good Lord. And is not docked, as it serves a purpose of increasing agility and allowing the dog to turn more quickly. Note there is a closely related Australian stump tail cattle dog, which is somewhat taller and leaner with a naturally bobbed tail. Did not know that. That's interesting to know. But most people dock blue heeler tails. You very seldom find a long tail blue heeler for whatever reason. I think the dog needs a tail, but everybody's got their own opinion on that. Maybe it just keeps cows from stepping on it. I don't know. I don't know. If y'all know, let me know. I'm curious. Female stands approximately 43 to 83 centimeters. Thank you once again. And male 46 to 51 at the shoulder. Centimeters, and the body should be slightly longer than the height of the dog. The weight is proportional to the height and is generally between 20 and 28 kilograms. Once again, thanks for considering the imperial system. Now time for the chow chow or the chow. I'm just going to skip the top crap because it pretty much says it and then repeats it in the big description, so I'm just going to skip all them top notes. Chow, medium-sized, sturdy and powerfully built, Arctic type dog with a square body shape. I don't know about medium. If they're going to say a blue heeler and a chow's medium, a chow's a big old dog. We've had a few. I kind of like chows. They can be hateful. And one of the best crosses we ever, actually from a personal note, one of the best crosses we ever had was a female collie, border collie, crossed with a chow. Now that right there made a super super good dog, one of the best. Like it would very easily take the place of a Pyrenees very well, and don't eat as much food. Super intelligent dog. Very well guard minded, and it had such long fur that if it ever got in a fight with anything, it couldn't hurt it. So that's and plus chows tend to have really good bone density inside their bodies. In other words, they got big bones, you know, it ain't just fur. They got the body behind it, and they got the fur behind it. And you take those physical attributes and cross them with the mental attributes of a collie, you got a really good dog. Those are really good cross that you never hear of. Anyways, moving on. He is characteristic by his, that's a weird word, by his blue-black tongue color and lips, with black gums, as well as his stilted gait, G-A-I-T, which is due to his unusual straight hind limbs. Once again, I got some bones in there. His skull is broad and flat and around twice as long as the muzzle. That's true. Which is also broad and deep, but not tapered. There's a moderate stop, and the ears are placed well apart on the head, are relatively small, erect, with a rounded triangular shape most of the times. The ears are angled forward over the eyes to aid with the chow's characteristic scowling expression, I guess from his droopy face. This scowling appearance should not occur due to excessive skin folding around or under the eyes, which is what causes it most of the time. The eyes are dark, small, almond shaped, and deep set. They should be visible without obstruction from the skin folds. The nose is black and wide, and although it may be lighter in cream or white dogs. The chow has a thick double coat with woolly undercoat. The coat may be smooth or rough, but all chows have a thick, rough, and profusely haired tail that is carried over the back. In other words, they got a curled tail, and it's bushy. It's a big old bushy tail, right? And that's once again fairly accurate descriptions of them. I don't see that. That might explain some of his fluffiness. I don't know. Because when they were little, they were fluffy. I mean, fluff balls. And beagles ain't fluff balls when they're born. They got that slick coat, you know. So I can actually kind of see that. And his head is a lot broader than what it should be. I can kind of see that. And since the chow's got a shorter skull, I have noticed, like on some bulldog skulls, like the little brows up here stick up a little bit, and his kind of does that. So I wonder if a chow, from having a shorter face, kind of scrunched up the bones a little bit, and he's kind of got that. I wonder if he didn't maybe get that from the chow as well. But either way, those two make sense, and those two also add up, end up being the most blood quantum he's got in his genetic makeup. So I can actually see that. I mean, I was skeptical of a lot of this stuff, but it's kind of making sense. Hopefully I'm just not having the wool pull over my eyes. German short-haired pointer. Now, the only thing I thought he might have had some bird dog about him is his nose shape. It's kind of flanged at the end more than it should be. So we'll take a look at what it says here. German short-haired pointer, which is sometimes referred to as a GSB instead of SOB. They could have just said that anyways. Is a sporting gun dog and performs well as a pointer and a retriever. He is a medium to large-sized dog with a streamlined, athletic appearance and strong legs. He possesses a long, broad muzzle, allowing him to retrieve even relatively large game, and has fairly long ears to hang to the side of its head. He has dark brown eyes and usually a solid color over the head and neck. Common colors include liver and black, or may also be roan. The head can be often ticked with white and may also have a solid patch of white. The coat is short and dense. The tail is moderately long and held either straight. And the feet are webbed. They got some weird wording on here, okay? Anyways, definitely some unusual grammar. Let's put it that way. Now that's coming from me, so this ought to be an insult to them. But hopefully it ain't. We don't like to insult people. Not even if your name's McGee. We don't do that. Not on this property. So anyway, the male GSP stands 62 to 66 centimeters high, and the female stands 58 to 63 at the withers or shoulders. Why do they use the term? Why do they use shoulders in one and withers in the? I do not know. Do not know. They need to get their ducks in a row. But anyway, German short-haired pointer. He's got a nose a lot like that. I'm sitting here looking at it right now. He's got a nose a lot like that. So kind of makes sense. He's roughly 5% that. Australian Shepherd. Let's check that one out. Yeah, not gonna lie to you, I'm not buying this one too much, but we'll see. An Australian Shepherd is a working dog with a strong herding instinct, also known as the Aussie, or Aussie, wherever part of the country you're from. Well-built, agile dog, well able to run all day due to its long history of working on farm and herding. He is slightly longer than he is tall, with a height of 51 to 59, just to see its metric from here on out. In the males, and 45 to 54 in females. The coat is thick and in medium length. Coloring can be black, blue merle, red, or red merle, with or without tan to copper points, and with the white markings on the chest, neck, legs, under the jaw, and with a blaze on the head. In the USA and some other countries, it is common for the tail to be docked, but the breed can also bear a naturally bobbed tail. Anyways, and for the genes for the traits can also result in the naturally shortened tail. So they can either be bobtail naturally or you can dock them. Oh, also, it's kind of interesting. In Australia, it's illegal to dock a dog's tail for cosmetic reasons. So I guess once again that whole cow stepping on them thing might be the only way you can do it, but I didn't know you couldn't dock a tail in Australia. Anyways, they got some interesting things going on there. As far as that gene goes, just from looking at them, I'm not so certain, but there's also a lot of fur on there, so it's hard to tell what's under that. But they tend to have that white stripe around their nose, and he's got that. A lot of beagles ain't got one quite like that. Who knows, there might be something passed down from that too. And it's also got like a shorter head, kind of like he's got too. So it's a possibility. Definitely a possibility. Okay, and now for the least % blood quantum. I mean, he's fast. I mean, it's on the greyhound side, but I don't know. Let's see how this goes. The greyhound is a tall, slender, very athletic dog. The head is long and narrow with a long tapering muzzle. Small ears are folded back and are semi-pricked when alert. The eyes are dark and intelligent. How do you say it's got intelligent eyes? Anyways, they may or may not. I'm starting to question their blood testing abilities here, but anyways, how do you call eyes intelligent? I do not understand. The neck is long, graceful, and muscular, with a slight arch. The chest is deep. The legs are long with straight front legs and powerful loins and hind legs. The tail is long and tapering. The coat is short and smooth with no undercoat. Any color is possible, so they're just a wide range of whatever. That's interesting. A male greyhound stands 71 to 76 at the withers, while the female stands at 68 to 71 tall. The breed is naturally slim, with a male usually weighing between 27 and 38, and the female between 25 and 34. Greyhounds are particularly sensitive to some drugs, such as anesthetics and insecticides, due to their low body fat compared to most other breeds. This is also true for other sight hounds and will be taken into account whenever you need to see your vet. It is important that you do not use medications on your greyhound that have not been prescribed by your vet or were prescribed for a different dog. So they're drug sensitive, but I guess that kind of breaks down from what they what they mainly use them for races and stuff like that. And they pump all kinds of stuff in the race animals, horses included. That's just the nature of the beast. You know, when money gets involved, so does drugs. I guess that goes for animals too. But anyways, that is his genetic makeup. I'm still shocked about half this stuff. I mean, they all make sense in a way. But either way, there's so many breeds in there. It's really hard to pick up any particular trait in him. You know what I'm saying? Just because there's so many. But either way, I'm actually quite tickled to see 2 of these breeds in here, because in the future, some of y'all know this, some of y'all don't. I actually bought some land that's got a roughly 25 by 50 concrete slab poured and cinder block walls. There's going to be a hog pen, and it's got 10 bays, 5 down each side with a hallway in the middle. That's going to make one heck of a kennel in the future. And I'm going to invent my own dog breed in the future, and 2 of the dogs that are on this list is also on my list to help make my breed in the future. So that is very exciting news. Yes, I got my little evil pinpoint finger thing going on here. But either way, that's what his genetic makeup is. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. It cost me like $190 something to find it out. But good, it would be very, very hard to ever make another sooner. I mean, you'd have to, according to this, you'd have to get all these different breeds and get them down to these exact percents and so on and so forth. My goodness. But it is possible. It is possible. But it would take a lot of breeding and a lot of generations to get this exact dog again. That ain't no joke. But either way, hope y'all enjoyed that. I'm still excited and just in awe about this. But either way, y'all have a good day, and we'll holler at y'all in the next video.